thank you guys for coming in this pre-Pesach Rush. It's our first year back from Eretz Israel, and it's nachutz. It's a must to give a shiur before Pesach. Even though on Shabbat HaGadol we try to say all the halachot that are possible, it's impossible to get through everything. And even though there's a lot of things you could look into, mock seders, so on and so forth, we still have to go over the halachot of Pesach because it's once a year. Once a year means we don't look at it after Pesach is done. And the halachot of Pesach are very intricate, very detailed, and it's a mitzvah on every single person over here to go through and to keep everything lechatchila. Lechatchila means in the first place, the best way possible. Why? It's once a year. Once a year, you're not gonna do the best way possible. And even though many of us think we're going to seders, and in these seders we have Ama'aretzi, Burim, Jews who don't know Tinokot Shenishba, and all they want to do is what? They want to get to Shulchan Orech. Halavai, they should get to the Shulchan Aruch. To get to the Shulchan Orech, you have to go through the Shulchan Aruch. But they want to get to the Shulchan Orech. But trust me, you could go through the Seder fast. The best way halachically possible. Everyone will be happy. And you will fulfill your mitzvot, lechatchila, midoraita, everything the way it's supposed to be. And also they will be happy. We shouldn't forget, on the Seder night, it's the only night. And tell you the truth, it's supposed to be like that because Pesach is the beginning. It's Rishon Lechol Chodshei Hashana. It's the first month of the year. It's the month. It's the holiday where we invite 4 kind of people to the Seder. We invite 4 kind of people. Who? The Chacham, the Rasha, the Tam, V'sheino Yodea Lish'ol. Those are the 4 sons. Why does the Baal Haggadah, the person who wrote the Haggadah, and the person who wrote the Tefillah is not the person who wrote the Haggadah? Who wrote our Tefillah? Baruch She'amar V'aya Olam Baruch Hu. They say a letter came from heaven, and they on Sheikh Knesset Agla, it was all in, what is a letter? It was all in prophecy. Rabbi Nasi didn't write anything. No, not even one part of the Tefillah he wrote. Everything in the Tefillah that was written by the Anshe Knesset Agdola.
He's not part of them?
He's not part of them. He's much after, at least 300 years after them. At least. Rabbi Yehuda Nasi is the end of the Tanaic period. Who wrote the Haggadah? Who wrote it? Ever thought about it? That we're all reading it.
Nobody knows.
No one knows. They say it was written by the Geonim. Anybody knows a little bit halacha? We don't like to paskin like the Geonim. Why? They thought they were smarter than the Amoraim. But the most important thing, the Baal Haggadah, is who? It's a Gaon. We don't know who exactly, but it was a Gaon.
How do we go by something we don't know?
It's a Masorah.
Maybe
it's a tradition.
Maybe forget.
It's a tradition.
Somebody was supposed to be the greater.
It's a tradition. Huh?
Who's the Gaon?
We don't know which Gaon exactly, but it's one of the Gaonim. And he wrote over there, there are 4 sons. The Chacham, it doesn't write the Tzaddik. There's no Tzaddik. There is no Tzaddik in the night of the Seder. There's no righteous person. Nobody will ever come to the Seder righteous.
Why? But you said Chacham and then Rasha.
I said Chacham, I didn't say Tzaddik. There's no Tzaddik. There's no Yashar. There's no Chassid.
So why Rasha over there?
Rasha is there because there are people who could be Rashaim.
And no Tzaddikim.
But not Tzaddikim. Because Pesach comes in the half a year. Rosh Hashanah was how many months ago? 6 months ago. Are we all tzaddikim since Rosh Hashanah? The Gemara says, Masechet Sanhedrin, Yoma Avodah Zarah, Kulam behirur. Everyone falls in hirur avera. Everybody falls in the thoughts of it. Don't think you're not coming to the seder as a tzaddik. So don't think you're a tzaddik. You could be a chacham. They'll stand up for you. They'll give you respect, but you're not tzaddik. Rasha there is. The world is not. There's plenty of Rishaim, but chacham and the Rasha, that's not the most important part. What's the most important part is the third son. That's the tam. Why? Tam, switch the letters, what do you get? Mit.
I think Rabbeinu should consider Chacham the Tzaddik.
What's mit? Dead. The Bala Gada, he hints very carefully the tam. The tam is very important. And the tam is connected to one of the most important mitzvot that we have in the SEDER that we don't fill properly. Tonight, whatever time we have left, we're going to try to teach you, learn together, how to fulfill the Haggadah properly, lechatchila. And just to give you a small introduction, mitzvot tzrichot kavana. When you do a mitzvah, you need to have kavana. If you don't have kavana when you do a mitzvah, it's a safek, it's a doubt. If you fulfill the mitzvah. And one of the mitzvot that we have on the Seder, which is maror. Maror. That's the lettuce, the romaine lettuce. People use romaine lettuce, some people use different plants, different vegetables. We don't fill it properly. We don't do the mitzvah. The reason is we have charoset on the table. Almonds, dates, red wine, nice, delicious mixture. They take the maror.
Dip it in.
They don't dip it. They scoop with the charoset, and then they say al achirat maror. You didn't fulfill your mitzvah maror.
You just have to dip it. You need to have bitter.
Not only are you just supposed to dip it, after you dip it, you're supposed to shake it off.
Oh, wow.
Because the whole mitzvah of the maror is to have the taste.
The bitter.
The bitter taste. If it's whatever, the bitterness in the mouth. You want to scoop it in korech, where the sandwich. You could scoop how much you want and make a nice sandwich. But in maror, and why am I pointing that out? In the maror, in the mitzvah of maror on the Seder night, you have the ability for the whole year, because according to Rabbi Eliezer, Rosh Hashanah is in Tishrei. According to Rabbi Yeshua, Rosh Hashanah is when? In Nisan. So you have a second chance. You have two chances for Rosh Hashanah. One is in Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, and one is in. This is your second chance for the people who missed the first one. We all missed the first one, I think. We have a second chance in Nisan and Pesach. And in Pesach it's easier to fulfill it. Why? Hashem says, you can't eat Pesach alone. You have to have company. You have to have friends. Mishpacha. But what's the problem? These days when Mishpacha comes, what comes out? All the balagan, all the bardak comes out from the whole 6 months. Because you haven't seen him for half a year. Understand? Suddenly, a grandfather sees his grandson. He hasn't seen him 3-4 months. And he says to himself, what is this? What did you learn? Suddenly a father sees his son, or a son sees his father, and suddenly Old John comes out. But the Rashash teaches us that Pesach has a certain segulah that Rosh Hashanah does not have. When you're in Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, you're working in the framework, in the status of Gvura. It's easier to be lit up. your neshama, to fight. When you're in Pesach, everything is chesed. It's easier to calm down. It's easier to be michaseh pesha. But to do that, we have to do the seder correctly. The first thing, this year, Pesach falls on Shabbat. First thing I want to teach you guys is SEGULOT. What's a SEGULOT? There's no real translation, but let's call it a good luck charm. Most guy think in Judaism, good luck charm. But let's call it that. Erev Pesach, after you took a haircut and after you dipped in the mikvah, there is something called Igeret Rabbi Shimshon Ma'astropolia. What is that? Open up any Avodat Hashem Sidur. Any. It's one of the first 10 pages. It's called anyone who wants to be saved from any bad thing this year to read Igeret Rabbi Shimshon Ma'astropolia.
How big is it?
It's maybe 3 pages. That's it, 3 pages, that's it. And you're saved from any bad thing. In the Holocaust, people swore. It's brought in Rucholot HaNahar, or B'nai Shmueli, that in the Holocaust, people who used to read Erev Pesach, Igeret or Rabbi Shimshon Ma'astropolia, didn't go through the tortures of the Holocaust. What are you going to say about that? Don't miss this chance. I don't know what that is. I don't have that book. I don't have this. 347-264-1828. Call me. I'll send you a picture.
Why? They have any
want.
today.
That's what I'm trying to say. But if you can't find it at the end of the day,
Kadosh, show me.
Sure?
Show me.
call me, send a text. I'll send you pictures of the page. Chaval. Second thing. A lot of people in their houses, Erev Pesach. This is all Erev Pesach. Have a lot of jangi, in the living room jangi, in the bedroom jangi, everything fight. There's a SEGULOT written in every book. I'm not making this up. It's in every single book to read the 42 travelings that the Jews traveled in the desert. It's called Mem Bet Masaot. Some people go from every room to read it.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to take out this, it's literally maybe 300 words. That's it, 300 words. I'm not saying to go to every room, but it's chaval not to say it. Third thing, you want to have a good seder? Of Chaim Falaji, right? To read from the Rambam or from the Gemara, the excerpt that writes how the Jews used to keep the Korban Pesach. But if you're going to go to work after midday, instead of staying home as the halacha says, and if you're going to do stuff you're not supposed to do, you're not going to go to the mikveh, you're going to take a haircut, what's going to happen at the end?
You have to have a haircut, guys. Remember that. Everyone must.
Everyone must have a haircut. 50
days, no haircut.
49. To be exact, according to the Mikilim, 33. Rabotai.
There was 600, you know, it's not true.
Rabotai. Mem Bet Masaot, Korban Pesach, and Rabbi Shimon Ma'astropolia. I'm sure that everyone here is busy. But trust me, I know many more people are busier, and they still have time to say it.
Rabbi, can I ask a question? People want to ask about how Pesach over here. Some stuff. Everybody know how Pesach? Everybody want to ask questions?
He's starting the right now the stuff.
Continuing to
Because I don't know how to do
the
it.
night of the
He's doing the seder now.
Do like the order of the.
I'm starting with Erev Pesach, and we're going now to the night of Pesach.
Right.
Night of Pesach.
He's doing now. Fast.
Everyone should be careful not to have a jam as you come inside the house. That the Seder plate and the table should be ready already before you go to shul. It's a mitzvah also. What's the SEGULOT? Person who is careful that his Seder plate and the table is ready before they go to shul all year long. When he comes home before and Shabbat, the table is gonna be ready. It's a good SEGULOT or no? Excellent.
Beautiful.
Beautiful segula. You leave the house, the Seder should be ready, and we already explained the Seder plate itself. It's time you put the egg in the middle and the karpas on the left. There's a certain order, and this order, whoever does it, is a segula for refuah shlema, health. Why? A person's body is in 3 different sections. Right, left, middle. The right side is the zroa. The zroa is the shank bone. The roasted shank bone or the cooked shank bone, the boiled shank bone, whatever you guys do at home, your minhag. And you put it on the right side. Below it, your right leg is what? The charoset. Charoset is what? It's that nice, sweet mixture.
The plate have to face the
To you. The plate has to face you. On the left side, on the top is what?
What's that?
First comes the left part of your brain. What is that? That's the egg. That's the korban chagiga. Understand? And below that is the karpas. In the middle, we have the maror and the chazeret. Okay, that's the vegetables you use that night. If you change the order, you're changing your whole bodily function. Putting it in the right order is a segula for refuah shlema. Okay? You leave home, you pray Aravit of the night of Pesach. The Aravit of the night of Pesach is the single most powerful prayer of the year. Why? What we do in 50 days of Omer and the night of Shavuot, we do in one prayer on Aravit of Leil Pesach. It's tremendous prayer. It's a tremendous prayer. How do we know? Right after Aravit, we say Hallel with a bracha. It's the only night of the year we say Hallel with a bracha. There is no other in the 364 days of the year we don't say Hallel with a bracha. The one day of the year we say Hallel with a bracha at night is Pesach night. Your wives are at home. Tell them before you leave for the Aravit, say Hallel with a bracha. Yes. Yes. All women must say Hallel with a bracha. It's night and they still say it. Even women say it. Okay? You come back home. You say Aravit, you say Hallel. You come home. You say Kiddush. Now, this year is Shabbat. Do we do the Hakafot? Do we do Shalom Aleichem?
Does he say after Arvit
What?
the halfway Chazara?
Halfway Chazara. This year is Shabbat. Yes, good question. Usually when it's Shabbat, we say Barchat Mein Sheva. What is that? After Shabbat Aravit, we always say a small blessing over there. This year it's Pesach. According to Rav Ovadia Yosef, we don't say it. We skip it. Why? It's Lil Shimurim. According to Rav Yaakov Hillel and many Mekubalim, Rav Yitzhak Kaduri, for example, you have to say it. Understand? Nara v'nara pashte.
So who we
Understand? Who we follow? We follow the pshat. Understand?
Pshat?
The pshat is that we don't say it, so we don't say it. Understand?
I think we do say it. Our show.
Actually never said it if you paid attention.
How will we
Huh?
We're gonna start saying it now.
This year, maybe we'll say it, but I'm not here, the boss. So I'm just saying the halacha, according to Rav Ovadia Yosef and many Rabbanim, we skip it because it's little shimurim. Okay?
Okay. Our Sakadori say you have said it.
Rav Yitzhak Kaduri, Rav Yaakov Hillel, and many Mekubalim say, the Rashash says to say it. But I'm not going to get into that. I don't want to get into a machlok. We come home tonight, do we say Shalom Aleichem or no? Or what time? Whoever has little kids at home should skip Shalom Aleichem, Eshet Chayil, skip everything.
Not you have to just for the kids.
For the
Be
kids.
The SEDER.
Understand?
It's
You
gonna
want your
stress
kids
too
to
much.
be there in Magid. If you have already older kids
Stay up.
that could stay up, then you could say it. But if you have smaller kids at home, by 10 o'clock already they're out, skip it. Skip Shalom Aleichem, Eshet Chayil. The minhag of Rav Salman Eliyahu, which is one of the biggest Mekubalim, the father of Ben Zion, of Mordechai Eliyahu, when he had small kids at home, he used to skip Shalom Aleichem and Eshet Chayil. When he had already older people at home, he used to say it, okay? So it all depends. What do you think if your kids are going to go to sleep or not? Then we say the first thing. What do? It's a good minhag to read the whole Seder, all the parts together as a song. Kadesh, Urchatz, Karpas. Yeah, to get the kids into it. Understand? To get the kids. Understand? Huh?
This is after
For
Kiddush?
yourself.
Before Kiddush. Now, if you have smaller kids, whatever the case is, it's good to buy small prizes at home to keep the kids awake. Ravade, in his time, they used to buy egozim. What is that? Walnuts. Today, you give a walnut to a kid, he's gonna throw it back to your face. Donut. Today, you have to buy him kosher Pesach chocolate and Cheetos and Doritos.
A lollipop.
And understand? I bought.
Young.
Understand? Yo, we're gonna say Magid. Magid, everyone stands up. It's Kiddush of the night. We're gonna say a couple of things. Shabbat night. We say Mikadesh Yisrael v'azimanim. We say Shehiyanu. We say over there, you have to have in mind to be Mikayem, Mitzvah Deoraita. Don't forget, we have to also mention Shabbat. Mikadesh Shabbat Yisrael v'azimanim.
3 drops.
Understand? Of course we do.
Yeah.
Kiddush, we always
Three
put 3 drops of water. Always in Kiddush. When everyone has to stand up.
So first Kiddush count as a first count.
First cup. Kiddush, first cup. Everyone stands up. You must say Kiddush. And the person who's saying Kiddush has to have everyone in mind. You have to have him in mind. And you have to have in mind to fulfill the mitzvah of Kiddush of Shabbat. Kiddush of Pesach. Shehechayanu. When you say Shehechayanu, you have to have in mind to also fulfill all the mitzvot of the night. Matzah, maror, magid. Because what's magid? Magid is the Haggadah. It's a mitzvah d'oraita. You have to have it in mind. Whoever says Kiddush, all those Shechianus are in him. Okay? So you have to have all that in mind. We're going to say Kiddush, Shechianu, we lean when we drink. All men that don't lean have to drink again while they lean. Women who forget are okay. Old people, okay.
What's the proper leaning?
Proper leaning. Anyone who leans, the Shulchan Aruch points one way of leaning that's wrong. Person who leans like this, it's not only like he didn't lean, it's an avera. Why? He looks like an avel. He looks like a person who's mourning. You have to lean either on someone, take turns. If you have a arm rester, you lean on that. If not, you move your chair a bit like this, and you move to most of your body is leaning, and you drink. Okay? Couple of drops fall in your shirt. Don't worry. Go to the dry cleaners before Pesach. Have a couple of shirts ready for you. Okay? Understand? You have to lean most of your body on something. Okay? We lean. We drink. Magid. That's Kaddish. Or Hatz. We go to wash for the karpas. Rav Ovadia says that the minhag of Yerushalayim right after Magid, because people are hungry right now, to eat the egg. Zecher lekorban chagiga. Bukharian minhag is to eat it at the end or inside right before the afikoman. Right before the afikoman.
What?
No, egg.
No, after the
Before Shulchan Aruch.
no before this after.
There's
the
many
sandwich.
different minhagim. I'm just letting you know what I know. I know the Bukhari minhag is to eat it.
Egg.
The egg.
When to eat the egg?
Okay, come on, this is before the Yeter.
Before the meal. Before the meal.
Before the meal.
The egg before
Okay.
the meal.
As long as you eat it before the afikoman, you're good. That's the whole point. Okay? You eat the korban chagiga. The minhag of Yerushalayim was to calm down the people who are very hungry, right? That was the whole point. They give the korban chagiga to right after the kiddush of the kadesh, and you say zecher le korban chagiga, and they would eat it. They would eat the whole egg, and then they would say what? Boreh nefashot. You want to keep the old Bukharian minhag of eating it inside the meal? Okay, you could do that. I'm just letting you know it was minhag Yerushalayim, okay? Or hatz. We go to wash our hands like we wash for bread, but without a beracha. When we wash our hands without a beracha, it's not just for Pesach.
All year.
All year round. But anytime you eat something that's dipped in one of the 7 fluids, okay, you have to wash your hands like you wash for bread, but without a bracha. Yeah? Anytime you dip something in one of the 7 fluids, water, honey, there are 7 fluids. Dew from the, in every morning you have dew. Any kind of those fluids.
Not only that, if you look at the apple, you want to wash it.
Yeah, water is one of them.
You wash the apple, then you wash your hands first.
Okay, you have to wash your hands first like you wash your bread, unless you dry it first. If you dry it, then you're good. Your grapes, you have to dry it first. If not, you have to wash your hands. We eat a karpas. Bukharians have a minhag to eat
Go.
kohu. Kohu is what? Lettuce. We don't eat lettuce, we eat celery. Okay, why? Karpas in Hebrew is celery. Okay, that's a very big connection to the, to the 600,000 Jews that were slaves in Egypt. Why karpas? It's paro sar. Paro sar is the 600,000 Jews. Eat celery. Now, before you eat the celery, you have to check the celery. Celery is very easy to be checked from bugs, Rabotai. All you have to do is, under a very strong stream of water, wash it. Okay? Why? Celery is a tough surface. Bugs do not adhere to it. Understand? It's very easy to scrub it out. Okay? Celery is much better than any cilantro, schmalantro that the Bukharians used to use. It's not good to use those things. Okay? Celery is the way to go. When you eat a celery, eat only a bite, not the whole stalk. A bite of celery. Okay? Less than a kazai. Why less than a kazai? Because when you say bore priya hadama on the celery, what do you have to have in mind? The maror. If you're going to say bore nefashot on the karpas, you're going to have to say ha'adama again on the maror. Understand? You're not going to do that. Therefore, only a small bite. Now, this year, Pesach falls on Shabbat. Could you make salt water on Shabbat or not?
No.
Yeah.
Understand? If you're going to do a small cup, yes. But if you're going to have a big ka'ara, understand? And put lots of salt, the Shulchan Aruch calls it hilmi. You understand? You're not allowed to do that, okay? So, small cup.
Big cup.
Piola.
Big
Yeah,
cup.
small piole. You have a small piole.
What is that called? Pickling?
Hilmi, it's called. You're not allowed to do that on Shabbat. I don't want to get into it. Siman Shin Chaf Aleph, I think, and the Shulchan Aruch. It's not a problem right now. You gotta take a cup.
Huh?
What's the English word for it?
It's a certain kind of mixture. It's a Hebrew word. You understand? You take a small cup, fill it up mostly with water, a little bit of salt. You don't have to taste the salt. You're not doing a special mitzvah by tasting the salt. It has to have a little bit of salt in it. You mix it. If you don't have salt water, you could use lemon water. It's the same trick.
Vinegar.
Okay, vinegar, water too. Understand? It all works. Now, when you wash your hands for the karpas, I forgot to tell you the SEGULOT. You do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. When you wash your hands, have kavanah from the Rashash to wash from your body all the gilulim, all the avodah zarah, all the bad thoughts that you have during the year, to wash it off from you. There's a special SEGULOT in Pesach to have this kavanah. Okay, when you wash 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, have kavanah to wash all the klipa, all the garbage off of you. Why? The Satan specifically catches on to your corners of your body. Understand? So have kavanah to wash off all the gilulim of Mitzrayim, all the avodah zarah of Mitzrayim. Why? All the garbage we see in this world, all the roots is where? In Mitzrayim. Understand? So tonight is the night to fix everything. Okay, we eat the karpas, a bite, only a bite. After karpas, what do we have? Yachatz. You have 3 matzot on the ka'ara. Those 3 matzot, make sure they're on the ka'ara. You understand? Some people put it right on top of it. The matzahs are here, and the ka'ara is here. You have to have the 3 matzot on the ka'ara.
The plate.
On the plate. Why? Because the 3 matzot are chokhmah, bina, and da. They have to be on top of the chesed, gevurah, tiferet, tzachot, yisod.
But it's going to cover all the...
Understand? Yeah, you have to be covered. Because when you said kiddush, they were covered, right?
No, I'm saying if you...
It's bread. On Pesach, matzah is bread. What?
How are you going to point for the kids if it's
That's
covered?
much after we're going to point. Not
I
now.
can move it.
Yeah,
Pointing
you
is
move it.
after.
You took it out.
Understand?
The matzah has to be covered also?
Matzah has to be covered.
On
Till
top.
now, the matzah was covered.
On top of the plate.
Now, on yachatz, you uncover the matzah. You take the middle matzah and you try your best to break it into a dalet and a vav. If not, you break it into a small piece and a big piece. Why do you do that, Rabotai? Because you're going to say hamotzi soon. And a poor man doesn't say hamotzi on full bread. He says it on what? A broken piece of bread. And tonight we say what? On poor man's bread. Matzah is poor man's bread. Okay? So you take the middle matzah, which is the Levi. Why the Levi? You go to every shul, which congregation, which Eidah is the least over there? It's the Levi. You understand? You take it, you break into a small piece and a big piece. The big piece, you put it in a nice wrapping. Not in a napkin. In a nice wrapping. You give it to your son, your daughter, whatever the case is. He hides it. Or you could hide it yourself under your chair. It's the afikoman. You're going to eat it for the Korban Pesach. The small part is in the middle, between the two big matzot. That's yachatz. Then you start to say, He lachma aniya. The Bukhari minhag is to hold the actual small piece when you say He lachma aniya. Many edot don't do it. What's the nafkamina? If you give it to your wife or to your daughter and she's too embarrassed to hold it and say He lachma aniya, you don't have to force her to do that. Okay? The Rambam, the Rosh, nowhere is brought this minhag to hold it. If you want to hold it, you can hold it. Okay? Now, do you say He lachma aniya or Ha lachma aniya? You can say both.
Hello?
But
Where is the minhag came to hold it?
there's a minhag to hold it, He lachma aniya. It's brought in down the Ben Ish Chai. Why? Because you're saying He lachma aniya. This is the poor man's bread. But you could also see it and say He lachma aniya.
Okay.
Understand?
I would have to hold it.
That's what I said before.
The Ben Ish Chai says all three.
Does everybody have to hold it or no?
No, you don't have to. You don't have to hold it. If people don't want to hold it, you don't have to force them. Make this night a fun night.
Okay.
Don't make it a night where people are suffering. Okay? They hold a middle matzah. You don't want to hold them. The point is, He lachma aniya.
You have to have 3 matzot together?
No.
One, the
Or
piece,
just
the,
the
The
small
middle
piece.
matzah is, like I said, you don't even have to hold any matzot. Okay?
The piece, the small
You
piece.
just have to
The
say,
small middle piece.
you're starting off the Haggadah now. He lachma aniya. In Aramaic. Why do we say in Aramaic? So the angels don't understand it. V'kule v'kule. I don't want to get into it right now. After He lachma aniya, we pour the second cup. If you're the balabait and in a couple of minutes you're going to be pouring the 16 drops into the cup and throwing it into the toilet, make sure either your wife brings you a second cup with wine, okay? Or don't pour right now expensive wine. Why? Because you're about to spill it. Pour grape juice, okay? It doesn't mean just because you poured the most expensive wine, now the Eser Makot is going to be extra special.
Oh, they should have to be drunk.
Don't you have to do it from
No,
your
you're
course?
spilling it right
I
now.
know.
Yeah. Huh?
Don't you have to do
You don't have to do it from your course. Actually, the minhag of many edot Sfaradim is to bring a second cup with grape juice or a very cheap wine, and that cup you're going to use to spill it. But the second cup is your second cup. Everyone after He lachma aniya gets a second cup of wine. What do we do after He lachma aniya? Once you pour wine, what do? You cover the matzah again. Now what do? The minhag is to pick up the ka'ara, the Seder plate, and move it to the end of the table. Why do we do that? So the kids should ask questions. Why are you doing that? First of all, you just drank a cup of wine. Why are you drinking another cup of wine? Why are you covering the opening of the matzah? Then you're covering the matzah. Then you move it to the end of the table. Now, I want to tell you guys, there's a nice SEGULOT. The Moroccans do this. Bukharians don't do this. The Moroccans do this. I saw them doing this. When they move the Seder plate to the end of the table, anybody who's not married on the table, they take the Seder plate and they put it over their head like this, like they're doing kaparot. And they say, it's a nice minhag. Moroccans do this. I don't know. Bukharians don't do this.
So what's gonna give?
It's gonna give him from the 6th sefirot. It's gonna come onto the person. He's gonna get married. Yeah, chatan vekala. Understand? If you guys want to do it, why not? If not, if it's gonna look too weird, don't do it. It's a nice minhag that I saw. I thought to mention it. Now, I want to mention one thing. You guys remember what I said? When you break the matzah, you break into a big piece and a small piece. When you break the matzah in the Bukharian book of halachot called Likutei Dinim, by Rabbi Yehuda Avraham Talmudi Aminov, he says over there, when you break it, you should pray at that moment. It's a very big moment. That Hashem should break your Yetzer Hara into 2.
What is this?
Huh?
When is it?
When you break the matzah into 2 pieces, before He lachma aniya, Avraham Talmudi Aminov, who wrote Likutei Dinim, writes over there to say a special prayer that Hashem should break your Yetzer Hara into 2. Why? You're going into the summer. In the summer months, we know if the winter was tough, The summer is 3 times as tough.
Can we just
Understand?
think? Can we just think?
It's good to say it. Hashem, it's it. Hashem, please break my Yetzer Hara into 2 that it shouldn't have so much power. Understand? It's a good minhag. I think it's a good thing to do. Now, we start Magid. We pour the second cup. We start to say, it's a good thing to do. Now, right before you start the Magid, the Haggadah, this is the mitzvah of Pesach. To say the story of Pesach. It's a good thing to do if you think people are going to fall asleep or start making you crazy, to split the Haggadah with a couple of people on the table. You say a piece, you say a piece, you say a piece, and you say a piece. Why? That way people won't fall asleep, people won't complain, and everybody will get into the action. You understand what I'm saying?
Can anyone say it?
Huh?
Can anyone say it?
Everyone could say a woman could say it, but don't forget the Magid. If they just listen and they understand, they also feel the mitzvah. In Magid, Rabotai, the mitzvah is everyone. Don't just read the Magid like you're reading a newspaper. You're doing the mitzvah Taseh Min Torah. Everyone say a chidush. You prepare from tonight a nice chidush, a nice thing that you learned about the miracle of Egypt. Yeah, you prepare. Your son prepare one thing. Your daughter prepare one thing. Everyone prepare something. Why? It shouldn't be dry. What? This is the night of Pesach. To read the story. If I'm just reading it in Hebrew.
Can we stop in the middle and just say our
yes,
story?
You could stop anywhere you want. You could even read it in English and in Bukharian if you want, or in Russian.
As long as somebody
The point is you understand what you're saying. Pardon? You understand what you're saying, and everyone fulfills their mitzvah. You prepare yourself a small chidush. For example, there's 10 makot. Every makkah you can mention so many cool things over there. You mention something. You understand? Make it interesting. You understand? Especially for the children. Now, you finish the Haggadah, you have over there the 4 sons. You get to the 16 drops. You do this. Not everybody has to do it. One person should do it. If you think that person won't have kavanah, you also could do it. You do the 16 drops. What's left over from the cup after you spill the 16 drops, give it to a person who can't have kids. That person who will drink that, the Rashash says it's a very big SEGULOT for them to have children. Okay? I'm not promising them a boy or a girl, whatever Hashem gives. Okay? But that's a SEGULOT, the leftover grape juice after the 16 drops, to drink it and to have children. It's a very big SEGULOT. It's not a SEGULOT from some, it's from the Rashash. This is a big SEGULOT, the Rashash, Rabbi Shalom Sharabi. After you finish the 16 drops, then we get to Dayenu. That's at the end of Magid. Now, the Persians have a minhag to take luk, they say in Bukharian, onion, and smack. There is no source to this minhag. I personally think it's a conservative minhag, or the Reforms made it up. There's no minhag to do that. It actually looks stupid. In my opinion, skip it. Okay? The mitzvah is to understand what you're saying. Okay? Dayenu, if Hashem wouldn't have done this for me and I would have done this, it would have been enough. Okay? That's what the word Dayenu means. Enough. To teach us appreciation. This would actually be a very good point in the Haggadah, to stop and teach your children what it means to have even a little bit in life. Okay? What does it say over there? If Hashem would have took us out of Egypt and wouldn't have crossed us the Yam Suf, it would have been enough. It's a very good moment of just appreciation. We finish the Dayenu, we get to the second cup. We all say the Balabait, not everyone, just the Balabait says Ga'al Yisrael, the blessing. Everyone leans and drink. Once again, men who don't lean have to drink it again. People who love alcohol doesn't mean they have to stop and then they drink again. I'm saying you gotta drink it the right way. Understand? This is the mitzvah.
Can you talk when you say the bracha?
You're not allowed to speak after Ga'al Yisrael. Okay, you have to drink it right away. You shouldn't make a hefsek. If you spoke in terms of the something that deals with the actual seder, it's not a hefsek. Okay? Now, according to, there's a Marakim, you say Hashem Yechud. You're allowed to say Hashem Yechud before, it's not a problem. What I mean is, I'm drinking the second cup and I'm saying, oh, you know, this is what happened to me. It's not good to do that. Now, let's say you did speak. Does it mean you have to say Gal Yisrael again? No. Why? Because you're not saying Hagef, you're saying Gal Yisrael, which you're not fulfilling the mitzvah lechatchila. You're doing it b'di'avad. Okay, you're doing it b'di'avad. Okay?
Since Gal Israel is not a bracha for the wine, we should mean the bracha for the wine on the first cup. We're covering second cup
That's
too.
what I said. When you're saying the bracha for the first cup of wine, have in mind the second cup.
And the
Said that.
third, we mean fourth.
When you say the third, you have in mind the fourth. Correct.
R.Shalom, let me ask you a question. When we do
the 16 drops.
yeah, in my house we used to cover
The matzah.
the cup of wine. Everybody cover the cup.
So that's the Bukhari minhag. It's written Likutei Dinim.
Yeah.
When the balabait spills the 16 cups, everybody takes their plate and covers their own cup of wine. I never saw that in any sefer, but that's written in Likutei Dinim. I'm not gonna lie, I just saw that today, by the way. You could continue behazur. Understand? Let's continue on. After Magid, we have Rochza. Once again, we wash our hands, but this time with a beracha. When you wash your hands, again, have kavanah to wash off all the gilulim of Mitzrayim. Wash off all the klipa that you had during the year and everything. It helps. It works.
Why does it work?
Why does it work? Because you're in Pesach night. This is the night of the... All the what happened in Egypt and everything is happening again.
Israel was that time. The question, what are we doing?
It's happening again. It's happening again.
Huh?
Every year.
It's happening again every
Trying
year.
to say in America also in time. You're trying to say.
And not even in America. A person who's in Hungary, he's in Europe, he's in Russia.
Yunus in time.
Yeah. Yes.
Israel also in time.
If
It's
Israel
a
in time,
question thing. Since it's in the Galut time, so something there is of Mitzrayim, but real Mitzrayim is the we were outside of Mitzrayim.
yes. After Rachza, nobody speaks. We get to the table. Now, you're the balabait. You have the 3 matzot in front of you. Everybody should have already a matzah already set in front of them.
Top plate, right?
Everyone has their own matzah. You have the 3 matzot. Okay?
2.5.
2.5. You're right. Okay? Everybody should have their matzah ready in front of them. You understand? Have your matzah ready in front of you. The less hefsek, the better. The balabait picks up. What bracha is he? He holds all 3 of them. First he says what? Hamotzi. He drops the last matzah, and now he's holding only the first 2, the 1.5. And he says, Al achilat matzah. How come it doesn't say shechianu? When you say shechianu in the wine, you have to have in mind the matzah too. Don't forget that. You're going to see the blessing. Have that in mind. You drop the last matzah. You say al achilat matzah. You're the balabai. You take for yourself a kazait from every matzah, and that's for you. For everybody else, you break off a small piece from those 2 matzot, and you hand it out.
Which one? Two? Which 2?
The top and the small piece.
Middle.
Yeah, crack a small piece for everyone from those 2 pieces and hand it out to everybody. Now, when you eat the matzah, are you supposed to lean?
Yes.
Yes, it's good to remind everybody before you wash your hands. Remind everybody when you eat the matzah, you must lean. Just like we ate the... Now, when you eat the matzah, maybe you'll make a mistake. They think you could dip it in the madbuka and in the hummus, tahin, whatever the case is, the charoset. No, the matzah has to be in your mouth. You gotta taste the matzah. So, remind everyone. What if they want? They could put a little salt and pepper on it. If they want. Understand? But, you have to eat the matzah, not the madbuka. Now, Rabotai, how many kazaits matzah do you eat when you say achad matzah? Lechatchila, it's good to eat 2 kazaits of matzah. What is that? It's about one. That's about 1 whole round matzah, and in the square matzahs, it's about 2 square matzahs. Okay? If it's too tough, 1 square matzah and a half of a round matzah. If it's too tough, okay? I personally, it's too tough for me because I know myself. Until I get the afikoman, shalom al Israel. Okay? So, half a matzah, round matzah, and 1 square matzah for the people who eat square. It's enough. Okay? And leaning
To the left.
to the left. Okay? Now, I'm a lefty. Do I have to lean on the right? Everyone leans to the left. Because just because he's a righty doesn't mean his esophagus and trachea are in different
Unless
places.
your esophagus is different way.
Yes, exactly. Understand? But the only difference is a lefty, if he by mistake leaned to his right, yatsa yedei chova. Okay? That's his only difference. Okay? You finish mutzi matzah, you ate your matzah. Now, you have to eat your matzah between 4 to 9 minutes. You gotta eat it as fast as possible. 9 minutes is a lot of time.
7.
You're gonna finish, don't worry, in time. Okay? After motzi matzah, what comes? Maror. You take a maror. How many stalks of romaine lettuce? At least 2. At least 2 for a kazai. At least 2. You dip it into the charoset. You don't scoop the charoset. You dip it. Not only after you dip it, you have to shake it up. You're not supposed to eat charoset, it's maror. You're supposed to eat maror. You say al asher kedishan b'simano al achilat maror. You eat it without leaning. Maror is the only thing that night that you must lean. One kazait without leaning. Okay, al achilat maror. Okay. Now I said this to you guys before. When you say the bracha of al achilat maror, you have a very big SEGULOT. Maror is gematria mavet, death. To kick out all the death from the house, from your family, everywhere. As I've kavanah, when you dip it in the charoset, to kick everything out. Okay? That's why the charoset is sweet. You don't want sweet. You want to break the bitterness. Okay? Tell your wives before they put the romaine lettuce in the table to clean it very well. You don't want to do a mitzvah through an avera.
It doesn't matter, like sometimes they have romaine lettuce, the small ones and the big ones.
No, the small ones are better actually.
You gotta go with India.
They're less bugs.
Yeah,
Less likely to have bugs.
But you said
2. So if you have the small ones, you should have at least 3.
Okay.
At least 3
Okay.
in the small ones. Okay?
And
Kazai.
all 3 of them have to be deep.
Yeah, you have to take all 3.
All 3 and
Dip.
Oh, wow.
Shake it off
Wow.
without leaning. Now, how many people say the bracha of al achilat maror? One person. Now I see in the Bukharian houses, everyone says the brachot. I opened up Likutei Dinim, says over there, Berov Am Hadad Melech. One guy says the bracha. This is the Bukharian minhag. Why to make up minhagim? Okay, one guy says the bracha. Likutei Dinim.
Amen, and that's it.
Have kavanah on him. Now, if you think that guy doesn't have kavanah on you, then obviously say your own beracha. Okay? After maror comes what? Korech. That's everyone's favorite. The sandwich. You take the 3rd matzah, you're the balabait. You remember the 3rd one that you drop? Take the 3rd one,
Break it in half.
you break it in half, make a sandwich, put once again 2 marors if it's big, 3 if it's small. Put charoset, now you can put charoset, as much as you want.
Can I put charoset radish on top charoset?
What? No, you have no. You have to only put charoset, maror, and matzah. Why? Because you're doing what Hillel HaZaken used to do. There's a machlok in the Gemara. Back in the day, in the times of the Beit HaMikdash, they used to make a sandwich. Now, there's no Beit HaMikdash. Do we do the sandwich or no? Hillel HaZaken says you have to do the sandwich.
Gotcha.
Yeah, lezecher. Chachamim say, don't do a sandwich. We follow Hillel HaZaken, but without a bracha. Okay? But you have to say the Yiratzon. Right? It's a small little prayer over there. Do we lean when we eat the korech?
Yes.
Yes, we lean. Once again, we lean. Remember this rule. 4 cups of wine. Matzah,
That's it.
you always lean.
We only don't lean for maror.
We only don't lean for maror.
And food.
And food. If you want, you could lean for fruit too. I'm saying you're not supposed to lean for maror. You're not allowed to lean for maror. Okay? You finish the korech. What do we have left? Shulchan orech. You have the table.
Finally.
Kartoshki, shmartoshki. Okay, people who want to eat rice are allowed to eat rice. People who want to eat kitniyot are allowed to eat kitniyot. Bukhari minhag was not to eat kitniyot, but if you want to eat kitniyot, you're allowed to eat kitniyot. Anything that resembles chametz, like beans. Shulchan orech. The liquid
They say that you're not supposed to have
hummus.
no Vinegar is like a chametz in Hebrew.
Chometz.
Yeah, it sounds like chametz.
No,
so-
vinegar is not
Vinegar.
chametz. Vinegar is not chametz at all. The only thing that the Bukharians were machmir was in kitniot, beans.
Because the Ashkenazi
Hummus, beans.
So no
We,
chocolate.
our minhag outside of Israel, we didn't take upon us. If you want to eat hummus and beans, as long as there's a O-U-P,
You're good.
eat it and enjoy. Now, after Shulchan Aruch comes what? Tzafon. You have to hand out another kazait matzah to everyone.
egg.
The egg, I said, you could do it within the meal or after kiddush. Okay, we already mentioned that. Zekar Kabbalah Chagiga. Now, if you want to do, afikoma, if you want to do mitzvah lechatchila, you have to eat 2 kazaits.
You're saying 2, 1, and 2?
2, 1, and 2. Lechatchila. Why? Afikoman is what? 1 kazait is for the actual Korban Pesach. And when they used to eat the Korban Pesach, they used to eat another kazait of matzah. So people who are doing it lechatchila, they eat 2 kazaits in Afikoman. That's another whole round matzah. If it's too much for you, half a matzah. Or 1 square matzah. Once again, you lean and you eat. Now, when you eat the afikoman, do you say Zechel lekorban pesach haneechal ala sava or ala sova? You have to say ala sava. Yeah, because you're full already. You're savea. You understand? But some people, like Bukharians, they have a minhag to say ala sova. Why? They used to eat the korban pesach first back in the day. Why? They used to eat it on an empty stomach, ala sova. So if you say ala sava or ala sova, you're good to go. Don't worry about it. Okay?
So why not eat Afikoman first?
But then you cannot eat anything else after that.
That should be the last taste of
Afikoman has to be the last thing you
So
eat.
even
Yes.
after the dessert,
Afikoman has to be after dessert.
You have to
so you
taste
have the dessert first and then after come
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Afikoman must be last.
in the
And
one.
then another.
Not yet, nevarech. After tzafon barech, you pour everyone 1/3 cup of wine. Birkat Hamazon, you lean.
How about that 4th cup? They always have
Hallel.
the issues with that 4th cup. Do
Yeah,
you
those-
drink from the 4th cup or you leave it for Eliyahu Navi?
No, the Eliyahu Navi is the 5th cup.
So what's that 4th
No,
cup
that's
all
the-
about?
The 4th.
The Eliyahu Navi, the custom is as follows. You know the custom? They used to pour it before Birkat Hamazon. They used to
Right.
leave it. Then they
Yeah.
used to drink it for the 4th cup.
Okay, I know the minhag of the Eliyahu Hanavi, pardon, is to have the 5th cup for Eliyahu Hanavi, leave it for the next day,
Yeah.
and use it for kiddush of the
That's
morning.
going from
Yeah.
the Santa. They made
Right.
the reform kind of thing.
Yeah, we do
No,
this
no,
thing.
no, we don't. No, there's no set. Don't put klipa inside kedusha.
Telling you.
They used to put the 5th cup, cover it over the night,
Yeah,
and in
yeah.
kiddush morning they used to say Bore Priya Gefen.
Yeah,
So
but-
that's
Nothing to do with Santa.
So,
Don't bring all this garbage inside,
so
okay?
the 4th cup is for Navareh.
Yeah, 4th cup is after Nevarech.
Cousin wants to.
3rd cup is Nevarech, Barech, Hallel.
Hallel is
By the Hallel, everyone's already like
Yeah,
this.
that's it, yeah.
That's why don't fill up your stomach in Shulchan Aruch. You have a lot of matzah to eat. Now, I'm going to tell you guys a certain segula, not to have constipation after all the matzah.
Yeah, no issues.
The Chachamim said
People are really fine.
you're allowed to drink chai
Tea.
or water after the afikoman. It's a good idea. You're allowed to drink
Green tea.
some tea or something to if you have a problem. If you don't like chai, before you start the afikoman, have a piece of pear. A pear. Agasim. Pears
Softens.
breaks all the shtuyot inside.
Not the season this year.
Okay, it's not the season. Okay.
Follow.
Whoever was lucky, they bought it before the season. In bingo, I heard they have a lot of stuff.
Plums.
Yeah, pears are actually better for the matzah.
For the,
Okay.
for the sandwich.
Rav Mordechai Sharabi, wait a second. You finish the Hallel. It's good to read Hallel out loud together with 3 people. 3 people above bar mitzvah.
What if they can't read?
If you can't read, you can. It's good. Then when you get to the hodu, say hodu Lashem Kitov. They should answer Ki lo Olam Hasdo. You say Hallel again. You say the Nishmat Kol Chai, and you drink the 4th cup once again. Lean to the left. After Hallel, we have Nirtzah. SEGULOT, that you should have Shlom Bait for the whole year. After Hallel, to read in the house Shir Hashirim. Very big SEGULOT for Shlom Bait for the whole year. Okay?
You have to read it in the house?
Inside the house, you have to read.
That's why there's not so much Shalom Bayit.
Even if
They're
you're
all
in the
doing
guest
Florida.
house, you have to read.
Yeah, even if you're in the guest house, you should read Shir Hashirim, especially if you're with your wife. Both of you should read it together. Shir Hashirim or Shali Shlomo.
Are you allowed to have Shalom
Okay.
Bayit that night?
No.
If you follow the Ariya Kadosh, then no. But if it's her mikvah night, then yes. Okay? Now, people who follow the Ariya Kadosh,
Supposed to bring the gearing down. What happens?
Extra mitzvah.
if a
Shabbat.
question is asked, are you allowed to fulfill the mitzvah of Ona in the night of Pesach? According to the Ariya Kadosh, if it's not the night of the mikveh,
No.
no. If it's the night of the mikveh, there's no question. Obviously, you must do it. And all those people who push out,
On
it's not
Shabbat.
Even if you're intoxicated.
if you're intoxicated and you think you're gonna do chas shalom, it's not right. It's a mitzvah for you to do
But
it.
the rabbis wait for Friday night, no?
What?
The rabbis, they wait for Friday
So this Friday night they skip the Sunday night, for example. Okay. Now we're living chutz ha'aretz. Going to Vidal Koinka, you have to wait until the last day of the week of the Omer. By the way, 7th day of the Omer. I don't want to get into that. Okay.
7th week?
Then the
7
last.
days.
Don't worry.
7th day of the first week. I'm sorry.
Ariel, you're getting
The
He's
whole
getting
inside.
worried.
Okay? Now, Rabotai, I wanted to give you guys a SEGULOT. A lot of people go to rabbis and ask for kamiyas, amulets, on the 2nd day of Pesach, which over here is still going to be the 2nd Seder night. Before we say Sfirat HaOmer, prepare for yourself a bag of salt. Now, when I say a bag of salt, doesn't mean a whole
Mishok.
small piece of salt in a Ziploc or a plastic bag. Prepare for yourself. When you say Sifrat HaOmer, whoever says Sifrat HaOmer for 49 days straight and holds that piece of salt, and if they carry that piece of salt on them for the whole year, it's Baduk Minuseh to protect you from all Ayin Hara, Kishufim. You have to carry it on you for the whole year.
Can you leave it at home? Can you leave it at home?
Then it protects the home. It won't protect you. Okay? It protects you from Ayin Hara, Kishuf,
That happened.
Avodah Zara, Shpichut Damim, Gilui Arayot, and Hirurim Shel Averot. Okay?
Doesn't matter what size.
A small piece of salt. You hold it for 49. If you miss one day,
That's it.
You don't carry on Shabbat, no Erev, whatever.
no, you prepare. No, you bring it to shul before. Don't worry, we don't take the Arab anyways. Okay.
In a pouch, right?
Now, for people who live outside of Israel, the 2nd day of Passover, you still say Hallel with a bracha in the night. Okay? Arabic. When you go home the 2nd night, the Seder night, you're gonna say Shechianu again. Why do I say this? A lot of people ask the same question every year on the 2nd night. We're outside of Israel. Do we say Shechianu again?
Yes.
The answer is yes. You say Shechianu again. You say Hallel with a bracha again. Tell your wife to say Hallel again that night.
What about Havdalah?
Havdalah, we're gonna say after the Motzei Yom Tov. Yom Tov comes out. It's gonna be this right.
Sunday.
Oh, you're asking for Motzei Havdalah, Motzei Shabbat. So you meant Motzei Yom Tov. Apologies. Okay, on Motzei on Shabbat, that means the 2nd Seder night for us. You're gonna do Yak Nahaz. That's the famous Machloket Beit Hillel, Beit Shammai, and Masechet Berachot. Yak Nahaz. You're gonna do Yain, Ber Priya Gefet, Kiddush, Ner, Yak Nahaz, Havdalah, and then Zayin is Zman, Shechianu. That's the 2nd.
No, Sami.
No B'Sami.
They're
Yes.
only.
Esh la Esh.
No, only if you had something.
Yes, that's what I meant. If you had a ready fire,
If I had one
from
candle,
that, obviously you could have a stove on, you know? Because how are you going to cook after Shabbat?
He has a good question. Havdalah is done, not veneer, it's done by,
Because you're going from
By a torch.
Kodesh to Kodesh.
good question.
It's
Yeah,
still,
that's why there is no Besamim.
Rabbi, I didn't say stick to
Understand?
things, but
Volcano is turned on.
There's no Gehenom, but you have to cook.
Is it like?
Forget about the Kabbalistic stuff. You have to cook.
Did you
If
hear?
you need to cook, you have to do Boreh, Moreh.
Hayesh, did you hear the question he asked? It has to be a double week to say how.
or
You
it,
don't-
or can be one.
It could be one. If you have a double wick, it's better. Okay? If you have a double wick, even one is okay. Halachically speaking, Mi'ikar Adin, 1 week is okay.
Do I need it if I don't have it?
If you don't have two,
a week.
If I don't have a fire.
if you don't have a fire, you don't have to do it.
Just say
It's good. You ask
Do I have to go out of my way to put on a fire?
you're obviously
Before
gonna,
Shabbat?
Ask your rabbi.
before Shabbat, before Shabbat, put it, you have to have,
Go to somebody else's house.
they have, how they gonna cook in the second Seder night? You can't cook on Shabbat for it's not like 2 days of Yom. They're gonna have a fire for sure.
You
Alright.
have to say Havdalah.
Yeah.
or the second.
Second Seder night, you're gonna do Yach Nahaz. Yain, where if we're getting Kiddush, Mekadesh Yisrael Vazemanim, Nun, Ner, Bore More Ha'esh. You don't light it. Be ready already. Havdalah and Zman, Shehiyani. Okay, guys? I think we covered any questions for the Seder night.
When you pour a fifth cup, before the fourth,
So, according to what I know, when you're gonna say Chad Gadia, you know that song? Yakumin min me'edonam, right before the Yakumin, you pour the fifth
Is
cup.
that part of the Haggadah?
yes.
Yes.
You have to say it?
Person who says Yakumin, it's a Segulah, because that whole story with the Chad Gadia, it's also Kitab Mashiach. People don't understand that the whole song. It's a Segulah that if he does Tikkun Chatzot for the rest of the year, you should do
That's
it.
the
He's gonna have
before
Kavanah
cup.
when he does it.
you pour it after fourth cup then.
After the
You
fourth
drink the
cup.
fourth, then you pour
Yes. Before Nirtzah.
So,
And you cover, make sure to cover it in the night.
yes.
Because it's
And now then he's
wine
gonna come
over
with
the
a white
night.
donkey to knock on the door.
Hari,
No, there's no
Open
white
the-
donkey. The Gemara says
Okay,
it's
say, open
colorful.
the
though.
door.
Hari,
Yeah,
you
well,
leave the door open.
Yeah, that's a Hasidic minhag. It's a Hasidic minhag.
How big is the
Baal Shem Tov.
how big is the kazait on the Haredi matzah?
It's about the size of your palm.
So it's even less than half.
It's less than half on the Haredi. Remember, people don't believe me when I say this. The more surface area there is,
Yeah, the wider.
the wider it is, the less you need to eat.
How's that
The-
make sense?
You have a big palm.
It's about surface because kazait, real kazait, is volume. The wider, the less. The thicker, and
Why we go by weight now?
we go by because who's gonna measure volume?
We can wait it before the SEDER.
If you do that, מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. טוב רבו ישראל, ברוך ה' לעולם, אמן ואמן.